A good day to all students, all of you where you are who are watching right now. Welcome you again to the continuation of our lessons. Remember how long we had our first lesson in the beginning, and we are moving on to the next lesson. We are going through, or remember, within our last lesson we had our introduction to internet. We discussed about a number of things that are in line with internet connection. Still more, we are moving on to another part, or we are still looking at that part of services that are provided by internet. Remember, I introduced the first service that you get because of internet connection, and that was electronic mail. Remember what I said? I told you electronic mail, it is an internet communication service that allow users that allow internet users to create, send, and receive mail messages or and receive electronic mail messages. So that time I told you that emails came to replace what we call the postal what? The emails came to replace what we call the postal mails. Dear students, if you have not yet bothered to go through that lesson, in that lesson we learned how to create email accounts. So we agreed that for you to create an email message, you should have what you call an email account, or what you call the email address. So we went through the process of creating an email account. So today I want us to continue with that discussion. We talk about what we call the futures of an email. The futures of an email. So we want to know more about the components that are found inside an email account. When I open my email account, the number of things I come across that I'm supposed to interact with in order to create and send an email message. Likewise, if I'm going to receive an email message, there are features that are inside that account that I'm supposed to interact with. So we want to know the uses of those features that are found inside an email account. Now, when you open an email account, we should know that the whole of it is subdivided into three parts. It has the part called the message header, the body, and the last part for signing. So let us move on and see. We are going now to see, I think you can be able to see now, where you are now, you can be able to see the email. Now, there on that slide, incidentally that part, there is a coverage for the teacher, but people will be able to see it now. Let us first move to the next slide. That part, you remember I talked about it, the email address. We agree that the email address is the set of characters that are required to send and receive what? An email. That time we also discussed about the components of what you call an email. Let us move to the next part. Remember, I've told you we are going to talk about from there. Sending. I think we also talked about that, students. There we are now. That's where we are supposed to go through from within this session of ours. Want to send parts of an email message, and I'm saying an email message is broadly subdivided into three parts. We have what you call the message header, that holds the address, the time, and so on, as we are going to see. Then we have the message body, the message itself that you are intending to send to another person, where it is stored. Then it has also what you call the message envelope, the closing remarks, so the closing information, maybe your signature, and so on, your contacts like that. So we move on. Now they are saying the message header comprises of specified information which appears in the following what? Fields. The first one is called from. From, we are saying that it contains the email address of the other person who generated the mail message that you are receiving within your account. So the email address of those messages you receive, you see or you come across that email address next to that feature called from. So from, then you find that it will list the email address of the other person who is sending the message to you. Let us move on, dear students. We should know that I'm very fast within this part. Why? These things are very easy for us to understand because day after day, we are using them. On our phones are made up of what you call those emails. So they allow users to create one and use it. You can be able to use it anytime. Now look at that illustration on the screen very well. Hope you are seeing very well too. The CC, the BCC, that part on the top is the message header. Then, even on the top you find that there is what you call subject, where you see that photograph, studio, grand opening. So that you come across a feature called subject. Let me try to remove this. So the first one so far we have seen is called from. And you have agreed that from is used to indicate the email address of the person who has sent a message to you. Then there we have to. I'm seeing to. This is a feature that allows users to typeset the message. So if you typeset the email address of the other person, you want to receive the mail you are creating. So for example, you want to send your email to stankopu@gmail.com. So you go to and type. You want to send an email message to me. You go there and type there, Servamba. Let us Servamba. I assume this is my email address at what? At gmail.com. So this is my email address. So every time you want to create an email message, the email address of the other person you want to receive that message, it is typed where there is to future. Next there you can be able to see another one is called, we have CC. CC stands for carbon copy. Carbon what? Copy. This is an email feature that allows users to send an email message to a number of individuals, but all of them being acknowledged that they have received the same message. So I have around 100 members. I want them to receive a particular mail, maybe inviting them for a meeting. I'll go where there is CC and generate the email addresses, those email addresses for all those members. So, the moment you finish the first one, you just put what? You press enter. It will allow you to continue typing another one until you be able to finish all the email addresses of those members. Note that all those members that have received that message, they will be able to know that you sent them the same message. Thereafter, within that email message, when the user is able to open it, you'll be able to see the list of all other members. Compare it to the environment or to a school environment where they generate maybe circulars or letters, maybe suspension letters, and down there they indicate CC to all officers within the school that have received the same message. Then the next one is called BCC. BCC stands for BCC stands for blind. Blind carbon copy. Blind carbon copy. And email feature that allow a user to generate a message that can be delivered to a number of recipients, but without acknowledging them that they have received the same message. In this scenario, those members, they receive that message, but all of them, they will not know that they have received the same message. So it is on the side of the sender, or you the one who is in charge of generating that message that you want it to go to a number of individuals. So you go where there is BCC, you type the email addresses, of all those members that you want to receive that message, but they will not know that you generated one message that you had to deliver to all of them. Then there's also a feature called the subject within that header part. The subject, this one stands for the main heading for that email you are creating. Okay? So the outstanding statement within your email. So you go where there is subject and type that part. For example, the screen where you are seeing is what you call photography studio grand opening. That one, it is the subject, it is the main topic. So the whole message below within that email is in line with the other subject. Then down there within that illustration we have on the screen, there is hey everyone. So that one is now the message body. Remember, I told you that the email itself is composed of three parts: the header, the body, and the envelope. So that one is the message body of that email we are talking about. Then when you go down there, we have what you call the EC photography studio of that person who generated that email. So that one is the envelope of it. Now, there are some features that we are going to talk about, and some of them, maybe they are not there in the on the screen. For example, let us move on with those other features. We have what you call inbox. Inbox. It is used to store all received messages. So all those messages that are sent to you, they are stored in what you call inbox. Compare it even to your phone. All received messages are stored in what? Inbox. There is another one called sent. Those are an email feature that is used to store all created messages and sent to other members. So all messages you create, a copy of that message is stored in what you call sent. So every time you can go back and visit the information you sent to some other members. We have another one, it's also called draft. It's called draft. You have draft stores messages that are created but not sent. So the emails you create, email messages you create, but are not sent to anyone else, those ones are stored in what we call draft. Look at that screen as we are moving through. There is send. When you are through with creating the message, the send is the feature that allows you to deliver that message now to the other members. You want to receive that message. So when I'm through with generating my message, I will go and click on what? Send. However, I forgot a very important one. That we cannot have that screen of typing the message unless we are through with the first feature called compose. Compose. This is an email feature that allows a user, or that allows users to activate a window where the message is typo set. So that screen you see where the message was generated. For you to activate that screen, you use what you call, or you click on the feature called compose. Then you get that screen or that window, then you'll be able to generate your message, entering the address of the receiver and so on and so on. Now, when we are using our smartphones, normally compose is not indicated with that clear labeling as compose. It is indicated with a pencil, a shape of a what? A pencil. Shape of the pencil. It is a matter of clicking on that shape of the pencil, then you display the window that looks like the one I'm displaying on the screen. Then you will be able to type your email message you want to send. We have some others which people, I may not exhaust all of them, but another one we have what we call attachment. We have attachment there. In case you have some files you would like to accompany your email message, when you click on attachment, it allows you to look for all files, some other files, then you are able to accompany them or to accompany them to your email message. So don't say that I cannot attach any video or any photo to my email message. You can do it. We're on that feature called attachment. So there are some others down here. In your free time, you try to go through them and see how they work out. So there, now you can see the screen. Some of them I've gone through them. For example, the two I'm through with it. Then date. That one I've not talked about it. That contains the date and time when the email message was sent. But this one is generated by the system. So if you cannot go and come up with what we call the manual time. Then the subject, I've told you about the subject, and it's what? Use, where we type the main statement that summarizes, or is in charge of summarizing the theme of the particular message. Carbon copy, I've told you the email address of the recipient to whom the same copy of the mail message is being sent, with acknowledgement that they have received the same message. And you have agreed that it works in the same way as the BCC, on that BCC will not allow those people to know that they have received the same message. That's why it has that statement of blind. Now, after going through those features, I want to check my phone here to see maybe the others that maybe are very, very, very crucial I've not talked about before we go through the advantages. Draft. We have talked about draft. There is delete or trash that is used to store all those messages that are removed or you remove from your account. There's another one called spam that is used to store all those uncalled for messages. People, it is very easy. Some people are good at forging. They can forge accounts, email accounts for some other members or email addresses. At the end of the day, such members can come up with messages, and maybe those messages for you are not certain of where they are coming from. Such messages, they are called uncalled for messages. They are stored in what you call spam. So they are spamming messages. I was going through some of the features here using my phone that maybe I've not talked about. There is one called forward. There's one called forward. In case there is a message you have received and you want to forward that message to some other members, there's no need of struggling to retype that message again. You just click on forward, then you'll be able to get a window that will ask you only to enter the email addresses of those members that you want to also view or to access that message you have received. You just go there on that feature forward. Then you have what you call reply. Yes, in case you want to come up with a feedback to the other person who has sent you the message, you just click on reply. The system will automatically generate the email address of where that message is coming from, and your duty will be only to think about the subject, and also you feed in the message. Then you just click on send, then the message will go back to that individual. Okay, so there are some others. People we created email accounts, try to open them and see some of the features. In case there is one which you feel that I should talk about it, feel free to text through, then I'll be able to go through it. Now let us move very fast. Students, we go through the advantages of email. We are saying it's very quick in delivering what? Files. Yes. A moment you click, when you are through with generating a message and you click on send, within just seconds, the message is already available to the other person that you are attending, or the other person you wanted to receive that what? That message. So it is very quick in delivering compared to the postal mails where you waste a lot of time when they are being transferred from one place to another. Then you can communicate quickly. I think that one is also very okay. Then email usually reach its destination in a matter of minutes or seconds. Then it is cheap means of transferring files. So long as I'm connected to internet and I have what we call an email address, that is enough. Okay? There's no some other things that I should think about. Then I will get the message and it will be able to reach to the other person I want to receive that email. So it's very cheap compared to the other even postal mail, where you write your letter, then afterwards you think about the person who's going to take that letter, and think about the amount you're supposed to pay that individual and so on. Then the cost to you for email has nothing to do with distance. Yes, you cannot complain that I want to send a message to an email message to a person in Uganda, and the other one is in Kenya, and the other one in Kenya, they will charge you more compared to the other one in Uganda. No, the cost is not about distance at all. So it is a matter, the charges are totally uniform, and the charges are in line with only and only buying the data and creating an email address. Remember, I told you softwares that we use in the process of creating email addresses are free. They are free softwares. You don't waste time to say that I'm going to buy the software that I'm going to use in the process of creating an email account. We move on to some other advantages. They are saying other computer files can be attached to the email. In case you have some other files, for example, photos, videos, and so on, that you would love to attach or to accompany your email message, you can do it without wasting what? Time. So the issue of saying that maybe postal mails can allow users to accompany their other files, still here we can also do it. I've told you about the feature called attachment, that when you click on it, you allow it to look for all those files on that computer where you are that you would love to accompany your email message. Then records and copies are kept automatically on what? Online. Copies of the email messages that are received and those ones that you are in charge of creating, all of them are kept automatically on what? Online. We don't incur any costs. That I am struggling with the issue of paying for the area where I'm going to keep sent and received email messages. No, all of them are kept or stored automatically on what? Online. Then we are saying it can be picked up anywhere in the world. Dear students, so long as you have internet connection, there and then you can be able to access your email account. So there is no need that when I'm not in that place, I cannot access it. No, anywhere in the world can be accessed. Then it can be sent anytime to its destination. Yes, we are saying anytime. You think about an email message that you'd love to deliver to another individual. There and then you generate it, no matter at what time. Yes, it may not work for the postal mails. Those mails, they have specified time. You are supposed to go to those post offices to contact those people to deliver for your mail. Then you can deal with your email at a convenient time. And any time you feel you are very okay or you are free, you can generate your email message and you'll be able to reach the other person you want to receive that message. Okay, those are some of the advantages, students. There are some other advantages you can think about. Please, since we are now undergoing what we call learning online, there is no need of saying that the teacher what he has given you, that's the end of everything. People, online, we have a number of things. These things I'm talking about, you can access them on what? Online. Can we people go through the disadvantages, some of the disadvantages that are attached to emails? We are saying a computer and other hardware are required. Let us generalize it. A communication device that has the capability to use email softwares is what is required, and what we call internet connection. So there are some requirements that you're supposed to be with in the beginning in order for you to enjoy what you call internet, so to enjoy what you call email services. So that one is a disadvantage. When I cannot afford to get maybe a smartphone or a computer, I cannot use email. Two, excuse me, it's not secure. Yeah? It's not secure. You have a number of individuals who are there, and they do the duty of struggling to see that they can access other people's email accounts. They do it in a technical way through hacking and cracking to see that they can access them. So that's why they are saying they are not even necessarily very what? Secure. Sometimes when you feel to send some confidential information, you may not be able to do it in a fear that maybe your email can easily be attacked. Then you are saying some email systems can send or receive text files only. In the beginning, even though these days somehow it is improving, but in the beginning, emails could not allow users to accompany them with some photos and so on, or some other files. We could only send only files, text files only. So, but that one somehow improving, but we still have some that maybe that are suffering that challenge of only sending text files. Now we are saying it is possible to forge an email. Yes. I've talked about spamming messages, the uncalled for messages. So we have people who are good at forging the email addresses. So you can receive a message from the person you totally don't know, and the message you even don't know what is. Or what is in the message you are not aware. No, there is nothing you can deal with that. What? The person managed to forge your email address. So we are saying it is very difficult to express emotions when we are using emails. And I'm very annoyed. It may be very hard for me to show it to you that I'm very annoyed, or I'm very happy. Somehow it may be very hard for me to show it to you through what we call the email messages. Then we are saying you can receive too much or unwanted emails. Those are called the junk emails or the spamming what? Messages. Yes, because of those, maybe you connected to a particular site and you agree that they should always alert you in case they have anything in line with maybe what they produce. So you find that even those that are totally useless to you, you find your inbox when it is packed with a number of messages that you don't want. So the unwanted emails. Let us move on, students. We are now going to start we are now going to go through another service that we get because of internet connection. So in our next meeting, dear students, we shall move on and talk about another service that is provided by internet. For today, we are going to stop there about the disadvantages of email, and our next meeting we shall talk about World Wide Web as another service that we get due to internet connection. So I want to stop here until we meet again. Stay safe wherever you are. Avoid unnecessary movements if you are there at home. There are a number of challenges that are associated with that. COVID is real. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.